Overseas, Pakistan is declaring, quote, open war on neighboring Afghanistan as the two countries trade deadly attacks. It's a major escalation in their long-running feud, with both sides claiming to inflict strong damage on the other. It began last night when Afghanistan conducted what it calls retaliatory attacks for Pakistan's recent strikes along the border. But Pakistan says it was targeting militant groups it claims are being harbored there, which Afghanistan denies. The Taliban, which seized power when the U.S. military withdrew from Afghanistan back in 2021, released images showing heavy weapons that it says is being deployed to the front lines. Some of that equipment, like Humvees, were left behind by the U.S. military. NBC News international correspondent Raf Sanchez joins us with more. How did all of this unfold, but also escalate yesterday, Raf?
Yeah, Morgan, so there have been months of tension between the Taliban government in Afghanistan and its neighbors in Pakistan. As you said, the Pakistanis are accusing the Taliban of harboring militants inside of their territory. They say those militants have been crossing the border, carrying out attacks in Pakistan, and then slipping back into the mountains in Afghanistan. The Pakistanis have been carrying out fairly limited airstrikes in recent weeks, but this has now escalated in a major way. You've seen the Taliban, who, of course, have spent 20 years fighting the United States in their own country, swarming their fighters over the border, overrunning some Pakistani military positions. Pakistan is definitely the militarily more powerful of the two. They have Russian-made fighter jets. They have a lot of heavy weapons. They carried out airstrikes overnight in both Kabul and Kandahar. Those are the two largest cities in Afghanistan, but the Taliban is not showing any sign of backing down at this point. And there is a kind of real rush in the arena of international diplomacy to try to tamp this down. Pakistan, of course, is a country armed with nuclear weapons, and they're looking at this moment to Turkey, a major Islamic power, to try to broker some kind of ceasefire. Morgan.
Now, Raf, we did mention that Afghanistan had posted these images of heavy military weapons, including equipment that was left behind by the U.S. when they left in 2021. Tell us about that, and really, for them, what these images represent. What do they tell us?
Yeah, this is really striking, Morgan. So viewers might remember the withdrawal from Afghanistan under the Biden administration and bringing an end to the U.S.'s 20-year war there. And it was chaotic. It was not well organized, and the U.S. military ended up leaving a lot of hardware there, including those Humvees that you saw. They left thousands and thousands of small arms, rifles, machine guns. In some cases, they even left Black Hawk helicopters behind. We know a couple of years ago the Taliban tried to fly one of those helicopters and it crashed. But this is the Taliban government trying to show that it is a force to be reckoned with, and it has weapons from the American military, which it considers to have defeated. Morgan.
All right, Raf Sanchez there joining us from our London bureau. Raf, we appreciate it.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.